There is a quiet hum of panic that doesn't sound like an alarm. It's the sound of your own heartbeat at 3 a.m., counting the years instead of sheep. It's the feeling you get when you open social media and see another engagement ring, another promotion, another passport stamped with a country you can't pronounce. It's not envy. Envy is wanting what someone else has. This is different. This is the cold, sinking realization that you were losing a race you never agreed to run. A race against a ghost, the ghost of who you thought you'd be. It's the psychology of feeling behind. For you, life feels less like a journey and more like a syllabus you failed to follow. There was a secret timetable distributed to everyone but you. By 25, you should have your career figured out. By 30, you should be married, or at least on the path. By 35, you should be a homeowner, a parent, a person who has arrived. But you're still here, just trying to get through the week, feeling like a rough draft in a world of published, best-selling lives. Every birthday isn't a celebration, it's a deadline you've missed, a reminder that you are not where you are supposed to be. People will tell you, don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. But that's the cruelest part. You don't feel like you're on chapter 1. You feel like you're still writing the introduction and the publisher's waiting. The pressure isn't just external, it's internalized. It's a voice that whispers, hurry up, you're late. It turns every quiet Saturday morning into a personal failure. It makes you look at your friends' achievements not with joy, but with a quiet, shameful fear that you are being left in the dust of a normal, successful life. Psychologists have a name for this invisible timetable. They call it the social clock. It's the culturally shared idea of when major life events should happen. But your clock isn't just ticking. It's a bomb in your chest, and every tick is another milestone you watch pass by from the window of a life that feels stalled. This feeling isn't laziness. It's a form of grief. You are grieving the loss of a potential self, the you that you imagined would exist by now, the successful you, the settled you, the arrived you. That person feels like a stranger, and their absence in your life feels like a profound personal failure. Underneath this grief is often a deep-seated belief in contingent self-worth. Your value in your own eyes is contingent on your achievements, your status, your visible progress. Without the title, the ring, the down payment, you feel less than, insubstantial, as if you haven't yet earned the right to fully occupy your own life. So you live in a state of perpetual apology, feeling like you need to explain your existence, to justify why you are still here and not there. But here is the psychological truth they don't tell you. The social clock is a fiction, a collective hallucination. There is no biological imperative to buy a house by 30. There is no universal law that says your career must be linear. This timeline is a relic, a story we've been told to create order in the chaos of human existence. It ignores the beautiful, messy, and entirely unpredictable reality of a single human journey. Your path isn't wrong because it's slower. It's different because you are different. The experiences that held you back, the breakdown, the wrong turn, the year you spent just trying to keep your head above water, those weren't wasted time. They were the forge. They were where your depth was built, where your resilience was tempered. The person who gets everything easily at 25 hasn't been tested. They haven't had their worldview shattered and had to painstakingly piece it back together with stronger, more authentic materials. You have. This feeling of being behind is also a failure of imagination. We are sold one narrow version of a successful life. The ladder, the partner, the 2.5 children, the white picket fence. But what if your soul isn't shaped for that path? What if you are a meandering river, not a straight highway? What if your purpose is not to climb, but to explore, to create, to understand? The most interesting people, the most profound contributors to art and thought and culture were often behind. They were the late bloomers, the misfits, the ones who took the scenic route and discovered vistas the main road never could have shown them. The healing doesn't come from catching up. It comes from stepping off the track entirely. It comes from throwing the fictional timetable into a fire and looking at your own life on its own terms. You must ask yourself a different set of questions. Not, am I where I should be, but where am I right now? Not, what do I have to show for my life, but what do I feel? What do I value? What makes me feel alive? This is the work of building an internal clock, one that ticks to the rhythm of your own heartbeat, not the frantic pace of the crowd. It's about honoring the season you are actually in. A season of planting is not a failure because it's not a season of harvest. A season of rest is not laziness, it's essential preparation. The oak tree does not fret because it is not a sprouting sunflower. It trusts its own innate, slow and powerful timing. Start small. Practice presence. When you feel the panic rise, anchor yourself in what is real. The feeling of your feet on the ground, the sound of your own breath, the warmth of a cup of tea. This pulls you out of the abstract, anxious future and back into the only moment you can ever truly live in, this one. Curate your input. Unfollow accounts that make you feel inadequate. Their highlight reel is not their reality. Remember that everyone is fighting a hidden battle, and many of those who seem ahead are on a path that is making them miserable. They're just better at performing success. Most importantly, you must redefine what it means to be on time. Being on time means being exactly where you are, with all your experiences, your lessons, your scars, and your unique perspective. Your journey is not a deviation from the path. It is the path. The detours are where you found yourself. The delays are where you learnt patience. The breakdowns are where you discovered your strength. The world doesn't need more people who arrived on schedule. The world needs more people who took the time to become truly themselves. People with stories, with depth, with empathy born from struggle. Your lateness might just be your greatest gift. It might just be the very thing that allows you to live a life that is not a copy, but an original. A life that is not about keeping up, but about waking up. So the next time that ghost whispers that you're behind, you can answer softly but firmly. No, I am not behind. I am on my own path, and I am right on time.